How do they keep doing it? The Chicago Bears, they defeated the New York Giants by the score of 24-20. The Bears are now 6-3 on the season. How do they keep doing this? All I see is the growth of Caleb Williams every week because he'd rather win that game than lose that game against the Giants on Sunday. Could you imagine if the Bears would have lost that game? And it looked like they were going to lose the game just based on how the offense just was not clicking. Caleb Williams would throw the ball right at the numbers, right at the hands of some of his sure-handed pass catchers, and they dropped the football. They fumbled the football. And there were some throws that were wide. Nothing's ever going to be perfect with Caleb Williams or any quarterback in this league. But when you put it exactly where the receiver is supposed to catch it, for them to drop it, that's frustrating. It was bad to watch that early on. But the Bears found a way to win the football game because it starts with Caleb Williams utilizing his legs, realizing that, hey, some of my receivers not working and the offense doesn't seem to be clicking, so I got to run for some first downs. I was happy with the 8 carries good for 63 yards and, of course, the game-winning touchdown by Caleb Williams because it was needed, absolutely needed. So even though Caleb and the offense had to deal with drop passes and some overthrows, it started with the shank from the Giants punter. And it put the Bears in great field position in the fourth quarter where Luther Burden had a catch and then Caleb Williams runs for the 17-yard touchdown. That's pretty awesome. Also want to give a shout out to the defense as well. I usually hammer the defense for some of the things that I saw. You know, we're going to put Tyreek Stevenson over to the side here for a moment. Let's just talk about Dennis Allen's cover zero defense at the end to be able to rock Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is closer to being a host on Good Morning America than a quarterback these days. But the point is, though, is that there's this no threat from the Giants offensively toward the end for them to be able to win the football game. But offensively speaking, the Bears, it's the first time when trailing by 10 points or more with 4 minutes left in the game that the Bears are actually able to win the football game since 2020. It's been a while since the Bears were able to pull that out because usually down 10 points late in the game, the Bears aren't coming back. But they came back for this one, and I was very happy to see that. But I just want to be able to give the flowers to a couple of rookies here. One of them is obviously Kyle Monangai with 7 carries good for 28 yards. The running game worked in a big way because they had 171 yards rushing the Bears from 28 carries, but a lot of that came from Caleb Williams' legs. And when you're not having a good day offensively, where you feel like you can't move the chains, you move the chains yourself. You put yourself in position to score. You put yourself in position to be able to run for the first down. I'm glad that he was able to do that. But the other rookies I just want to point out is Colston Loveland, who made an incredible catch, had to kind of contort his body to be able to catch a ball from Caleb Williams. That's one thing. But also Luther Burden as well. Burden, 3 receptions, good for 51 yards. Good to see him into the mix as well offensively. So the youngins get it done for the Chicago Bears. I really like seeing that. Some big catches by Loveland and by Burden. Nashawn Wright capturing the fumble late. And also C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You don't like him when he's on the other team, opposing the Bears. But as a Bear, he brings a little nasty, a little edge to this Bears defense. So I like that. And he left the game, came back, and just a gritty player for the Chicago Bears. And something that's needed because of all the injuries that the Bears have had, especially in that secondary. So hats off to the Bears that they're able to win the game. But I think my biggest takeaway is the growth of the relationship between Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Because for Caleb Williams to consistently pull this shit out of the fire when things aren't going well, for the Bears to be able to, I would say, lose these games more times than not, for them to win the games late, that shows growth from the quarterback. And so I'm happy from what I'm seeing from Caleb Williams, but as you well know, there's still more time for growth. He still, with each game's got to be able to learn. And for him to squirm out of sack situations, as a matter of fact, he was not sacked in this game because he just continued to twist and turn and kind of get himself running on the fly, bootlegging his way out of sacks from a very good Giants defense. That shows growth from Caleb Williams. So when he gallops out of there and is able to throw the ball down the field, very happy about that because each week you're seeing the growth. And for you to be able to lead your offense the way you've had in the fourth quarter to pull these games out, headed in the right direction. That is for sure. It's not luck. It's not skill. It's all winning for the Chicago Bears. As they're now 6-3 in the season. Leave your comments below your thoughts about the Bears as they defeat the Giants 24-20. Bear down! Arr!